Hello, I'm Nick Sissons and I'm the Methodist chaplain to the university here in Bangor. I'm new to this city and I'm new to the university, and perhaps like me, you like to delve into a little bit of the history of the places that you belong to. And if you belong to the university as a student or as a member of staff, then your history is inextricably linked to this bit of stonework here. It's the portico, the entrance porch to what was once a very large hotel called the Penryn Arms that stood on this site from 1799. In 1884, as the inscription above tells us, the use of this building changed dramatically. It became the first building for the newly founded University College of North Wales. Bangor had put forward a bid in competition to many of its rivals along the North Wales coast. Places like Carnarvon, Conwy, Denbigh, Rhyl and Wrexham all wanted the honour of hosting this new educational establishment. But it was Bangor that won the day. And if you go on the internet, you can still see pictures of hundreds and hundreds of people gathered outside this very portico celebrating the day when the university opened 127 years ago this week on the 18th of October 1884. What I've been most impressed by in reading a bit about this history is that the donations that went into making up the successful bid came from 8,000 individuals. Now, Bangor is still a small city even today. Only 16,000 people live here all year round. But back in the 1880s, the population would have been well under 10,000. And yet 8,000 people dug into their pockets to contribute because they believed in education and they understood the gift that education brought to the young men and women who were going to be part of this establishment. And today I want us just to pause and remember their generosity and their vision, because these were not well-educated people, these were not particularly well-off people, but they were people who had a vision. And we are the inheritors of that vision that they pursued. This portico is a Grade 2 listed building. And in the photograph above the lintel there was a large banner unfurled that had on it three simple words: knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And the 58 students and the 10 members of staff who made up that original group in the first University College of North Wales, the precursor to the University of Bangor, would be astonished to see how the institution has flourished, so that now we have about 11,000 students and 1,200 members of staff who are here in the university today. They would be amazed that it draws people not only from along the North Wales coast, but from the whole of Great Britain and indeed the whole of the world. And yet, what was true for those original founding members is true for us today. Knowledge is still power, and education still has the ability to open doors for us. And so I think it's rather symbolic and poignant that all that remains of that original university building is the doorway, the entrance porch, inviting us, as it were, still to go through and discover what education can do for us. 2,500 years ago, when people around here were living in hut circles, a prophet called Isaiah, whose words are recorded in the Bible, addressed his followers and said to them, "Listen to me, those of you who want to do what's right, those of you who are seeking God. Look to the rock from which you were cut and to the quarry from which you were dug." In other words, look to where you began. Look to your origins. And that's all I want us to think about today, because our life and experience here in the university is very much dependent upon the generosity and the determination and the sacrifice of those individuals who many years ago saw the vision, understood that knowledge is powerful, understood that education is a great gift, and we are the beneficiaries of their vision. And I want us to be thankful for them and I want us not to waste any of the opportunities that come our way because of the doors that they opened for us so many years ago. Amen.